Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my first ever makeup tutorial video, and just to keep in mind, this is going to be like a super casual look, super easy to do, just because I don't always have time to do like crazy makeup, and usually I'm just going to school or hanging out with my friends so I don't have to do anything super drastic. And yeah, so please like and comment, subscribe, and enjoy the video. So first, obviously, I'm going to start out with my foundation. Now, if you are using a beauty blender, make sure you wet it before. But if you don't have a beauty blender, honestly, it's not a huge deal because I literally just got my beauty blender about a month ago, and it is a really good product. But before that, I was literally just using my hands, and even though that's not the best or most ideal way you want to put on your foundation, it honestly worked for me for like 4 or 5 years, however long I've been doing makeup. So yeah, you can always do that as well. So in case anyone was wondering, I use BB cream, and you can get this basically anywhere, and it is in shade light to medium because I have very pale skin. And I really like this product. I don't think I've ever used a different foundation, and the reason for this is because this product is like super easy to blend in your skin, and it's also, as well as being a foundation, it's also moisturizer, and it has SPF in it, so it's not like super intense, and it's not like one of those foundations that looks super cakey when you put it on, which is one of the reasons I love it so much. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squirt a little bit of foundation on the bigger end of the beauty blender, and I'm just going to dot this kind of all over my face.
Sorry, I make really weird facial expressions when I do my makeup. But yeah, I'm just going to do that.
And now, once you have the final look, look a little bit crazy, you're just gonna dab it. And also make sure that you're getting the foundation like underneath your chin and blending it in with your neck, because I used to not do that and my face would look a complete different shade than the rest of my body. So next I'm going to go in with my concealer, and the reason I use this, I didn't used to, but I've recently been getting really bad bags under my eyes, and this is because I'm in university and you literally do not get sleep in university, as I've learned. And also, I just recently started breaking out a little bit more, so I just figured, why not? So I use Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline, and I honestly really like it. I think it's pretty natural, and it blends in with my skin tone really well, and I've had a problem with that in the past, so I really do recommend this. So what I'm going to do is just make a triangle under my eyes, and you want to go a little bit down, like from your bags, and not just on your bags, because it doesn't really blend in with your skin as well. But also, I don't like it to be super caked on, so I don't take more concealer usually from the brush. I just use whatever comes out on the first one. So then I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender again, and I'm going to use the smaller side just to like blend it in near my eye, like the corner of my eye. Now you kind of want to let that dry for a bit just because it is a little bit wet right now, and then after this I'm going to go in with a powder, and I know not a lot of people use powder. I know a lot of people just stick with foundation and concealer, but for me, I get really oily skin no matter what I do. So I find that putting a little bit of powder on definitely helps with that. So yeah, I'm gonna go in the powder once this dries. So now I'm gonna use my powder, and it is Stay Matte, and it is in shade 012, which is called Buff Beige. And I find that this powder is really good because it looks pretty natural, like compared to most powders I've seen. And then also the brush that I use is Quo. I don't really know how you pronounce it. Honestly, it was like the cheapest brush I could find, and at the time I didn't have any money to spend on any other expensive brushes. So I find that after I do my powder, I just broke the brush. After I do my powder, my eyebrows usually collect a little bit of the powder as well, which I do not like. So I use just this random little brush that I got in Australia when I went on a visit this Christmas. And yeah, I just got it like a cheap one, which is why it broke just a few seconds ago. I'm just gonna brush like upwards just to shape them a little bit. And also, just a heads up, I have not got my eyebrows done in so long, so they are not looking their best right now. So, just gonna do that. And also, I know a lot of people fill in their brows, but I personally don't like to, just because mine are already pretty dark, and I've tried a couple of times, and it has just not worked out for me. Like, it looks too intense, and I just like the natural look a little bit better, but everyone's different, and honestly, if I could, I would definitely do something to shape these a little bit better with like powder or whatever. So next, it's time for eyeshadow. I am still trying to master the eyeshadow look. I don't know. I used to be so bad at it. I've kind of improved a little bit, but I'm still trying to figure things out. So I'm going to be using Natio, I don't know. Natural Australian Beauty. I got this while I was in Australia again, and it's been really great. Before this, I had a little eyeshadow palette of like 3 colors that I would just use every single day. So this is great because there are a ton of colors and they're all super neutral, and that's kind of what I like to go for, especially if I'm doing a casual look. Like, I stick towards browns and like golds, and I usually do shimmery just because I like a little, a little sparkle. So unfortunately, these shades, they don't come with names underneath of them, so I can't really say which ones I'm using by the name, but I am going to do this like kind of light brownish color, and then for the base I'm going to be doing this little kind of peachy gold color, and I'm also going to go in with this MAC brush. So unfortunately, I only have this one brush because I lost the other one, so I'm going to have to like dust off the colors and then reuse the brush, which I don't recommend. I recommend having 2 separate brushes and then even like a brush to blend the colors together. But this is all I'm working with today, so it's gonna have to do. So first, I'm gonna start off by doing the base of my eyelid, and some people prefer different things. Some people like doing like the crease first, so the darker color in the crease, but I just find that I like the look better when I put on the base first. So just gonna apply this all over the base of my eyelid. And for me, also, I like to do a couple of coats just because I find that if I only do one coat, it does not stay all day and it will not be good. So once that's done, I'm gonna move on to the darker shade. And unfortunately, this shade is not really showing up on camera. It looks kind of white on camera, but in person, it It is a lot more peachy and sparkly, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take the brown I was talking about before, and I usually blow on my brush once I put on this shade, just because if you're going in with a darker color, I find that it's better to build on it, just because I do not want it to be too crazy. This is just a casual look. So I'm gonna follow the crease of my eyelid, so it's easy to find. If you close your eye, you can feel like the little top of your eyeball. I'm just gonna do that. And what I want to do is I'm gonna kind of try to create almost like a little V at the end, just because I'm not gonna be doing eyeliner today because it's more of a casual look. So it kind of like adds a little bit more emphasis on your eyes. And again, I'm sorry this doesn't show up a ton on the camera, but that's okay. So this is what it should kind of look like afterwards. The camera does make it look like it's a little bit darker on this eye than this eye, but when you actually look in the mirror, it's about the same. So then the final step that I'm gonna do for my eyeshadow is I have like this kind of white pigment there, and I'm just gonna put that in the creases of my eye, and I just find that it makes your eyes pop a lot more. So I'm just gonna put a little bit there. And honestly, like I mentioned before, I'm not an expert at eyeshadow. I haven't been doing it for that long, so no negativity. Anyways, so now we're gonna be moving on to mascara, which is my favorite part. I love long eyelashes. I love doing them. It just makes me feel like my eyes pop a lot more. So I'm gonna be using L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Carbon Black, and I've been using this for a very long time, and I find that it makes your eyelashes so long and thick without making it like super clumpy, because I really don't like when my eyelashes are like that. So I'm going to use this one. So first I'm going to start off by curling my eyelashes, and I honestly love doing this because it just makes them that much more voluminous and long for me anyways. And so you're just going to put it on your eyelashes and clamp down for about 5 seconds each. And honestly, I used to be so scared of doing my eyelashes just because when I was younger, my mom was curling her eyelashes, and she accidentally, sorry, I can't speak English, she accidentally clamped this down too hard, and for some reason all of her eyelashes like in the middle fell off, so she had to go to work, she had to go out with like a huge chunk missing, and it was so scary. So I didn't use it for a while, but I've conquered my fear for my eyelashes. So now I'm just going to be applying my mascara. There is literally no easy way to do this. I almost always get some mascara on my nose or on my eyelids. I'm sorry, excuse my face. Whenever I do mascara, I do some really weird facial expressions. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, we're gonna be moving on to highlighter. I have not been wearing highlighter for too long. I think I started a couple months ago. I'm still not completely sure how I feel about it. Like, I honestly love the shimmery look when you're going out to the club or to a bar or even to a party, whatever. But just like on an everyday basis, I rarely wear it. I'm more like kind of a more casual look. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to show you guys what I use, put a little bit on. So I use the NYX Illuminator, and I really don't know what the name of the highlighter is called. I don't know. But it looks like this. It's kind of a gold color, and I personally prefer golds over like rose kind of gold colors, just because I think that just the typical gold looks a little bit more natural, but you can really do any shade. I honestly love the kind of more pinky shades on some of my friends. Like some of my friends use it and it looks really good too. So the brush I'm going to be using is actually a brush that I got while I was in Hong Kong. It was like $5. I really do love it. It's super soft. The one thing I would say is that it's like super big and like doesn't really fit the place that I want it to. So I usually just use like half the brush just so it's not like too intense or thick on my cheeks. So I'm just going to apply it on the half that I want and just put it a little bit above my cheekbones. I'm super bad at putting it on my face, but oh well. And honestly, I don't think it shows up too well on the camera, but it's okay. And also the thing about highlighter, I don't usually put it on my nose or my cupid's bow, and this is just like I said before, I kind of like to keep it a little bit casual and not like apply too much. So I guess you can see a little bit of shimmer, but that's all it's gonna do. So one of the final steps is going to be putting on bronzer, and I honestly like highlighter. I rarely use this stuff. I use it if I'm going on a date or if I'm going out, like I mentioned before. But yeah, when I do use it, I use the MAC bronzing powder, and I really like this because it's very subtle. Like I've tried a lot and they've not matched my skin tone whatsoever. Like they look just super orange compared to my skin, and I hate that look. I hate when it looks too crazy and not blended in. So yeah, it's golden bronzing powder, and what you want to make sure of, if I can get this, yeah, okay, now I got it open. What you want to make sure of is that you kind of add on like the eyeshadow. Like you don't want to put too much on at first because it's really hard to take off. So what I do is I like just put a little bit on the brush. This is just like a dollar store brush, same as the one I was using for my eyebrows. And you're gonna start at the top of the ear and just drag it along. Kind of like that. You can see it's a little bit on, but it's not too crazy, which is what I like. And I will probably keep it like that and not add any more because I'm trying to look a little bit natural today. And you just do that to the other cheek as well. Alright, so we're almost done. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my lips are super chapped. It's winter here in Toronto, so my lips always get super dry. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be applying just like a simple lip balm. I love EOS, it's really cute, and I find that it doesn't like create like a white kind of layer on your lips, and I hate that. And also, I don't usually use any lip products. I have the Kylie Jenner lip kit. I think it is the Coco K, and it's really nice, but on a typical day, I usually just use chapstick. I know it's kind of lame, but I feel like my lips are kind of already a little bit pigmented without even putting anything on. So honestly, chapstick works fine for me. I'm just going to put a little layer on. And I find this lip chap works pretty well. Or lip chap. I always say lip chap. It's not lip chap. It's chapstick or lip balm. And I always get yelled at for saying that by my friends. So once you're done with everything, you can obviously take your hair out of the clips. And I kind of wanted to videotape this today because I just wanted to show you guys an easy way to do your makeup. It honestly takes me 10 minutes to do every day, and I really like it because it's super natural and you can basically wear it wherever you want to go. And yeah, so I will hopefully be making more YouTube videos soon for you guys, and definitely stay tuned, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!